Hello everybody, I am Tohami Pro, and these are my top 5 cities in Skyrim. For this list, I'm only including the 5 Skyrim cities that in my opinion have an interesting and or unique art design. That means that I am excluding all of those cities that have a lot of copy and paste, like cities like Morthal and Dawnstar. At number 5, we have Markarth. A lot of people don't like Markarth, and I'm not a huge fan, which is why it's at number 5, but it had to be on the list because it looks pretty cool, even if it's a pain in the ass to navigate. I personally find the Forsworn pretty interesting in their backstory with the Nords and the Bretons. However, I don't feel like they got a lot of attention, even though they have a few quests involving them. At number 4, we have Windhelm. Windhelm is ahead of Markarth because of a few things. One of it is that it feels a little more organized than Markarth, and it also has a pretty cool history behind it, it being like I think the oldest city in Skyrim, and also it is the headquarters of the Stormcloaks, and that means you'll be spending a lot of time there if you're doing the Stormcloaks quest, or at least a fair amount of time. The reason I did not put it at a better position on their list is mostly because I have a harder time navigating it. It's just kinda weird. However, that's more of a personal thing. Also, the snowy part, it's not as much a design flaw as it is kinda just something that I don't like as much, but it's still a pretty good city, and keep in mind that these are 5, and there's like 9 holds, I think. So this is still pretty good ranking. At number 3, we have Riften. Riften is at number 3 because the art design and the way it looks is just awesome. I personally really like the water aspects of it, the kind of like autumny feel of it, and everything. It's just pretty cool. Also, it is the place where the Thieves Guild are, so that means you'll be spending quite a lot of time in the area if you're doing that quest line, which I personally recommend. It's pretty fun. Another thing I like about Riften is that there's a lot of politics involving it. Now, it's not the most complicated, like, lore behind it or anything, but there are, like, the Blackbriar families, I think it is, and, like, if you do the Thieves Guild quest, you will figure out all of that stuff and how they control Riften and how corrupt the guards are and stuff like that. Although that is a positive to me, some other people might not like having a city that is like this corrupted and stuff. At number 2, we have Solitude. The reason Solitude is at number 2 is because it is like the headquarters of the Imperials, and I personally like the Imperials. It's just a personal thing, but that's not necessarily them being Imperial the reason it's up there, even though you will be spending a lot of time there if you are doing the Imperial quest line. There is other quest lines there, including the Daedra quest for that like crazy guy where you get the Wabbajack. Forgot his name, it's embarrassing. And there is also quite a few other quests, and the art design is awesome, and also there's just so many quests to do, and it's a big city. If I were forced to say anything bad about Solitude, the only complaint I would have is that I feel like there's a lot of areas that are only used for quests and that you can't necessarily just explore by yourself. However, I feel like that just comes with having such a big city like Solitude. At number 1, I know it's a huge cliche, but we have Whiterun. Whiterun might not be the most impressive city or anything, but it's my favorite city. Just because it's the first city you come across, so you kind of feel very familiar with it. And it has like almost everything you need. It's like in the first part of the main quest, you spend a lot of time there. And it's just simple and relaxing and cool. There's also the Companions quest line, which I know is kinda bland, but it was fun to play, and it's in Whiterun. And the area around it is kinda interesting, and it's home to Riverwood, so that's like a big reason. But if you don't like it, I understand, because it is very simple. It's pretty small, which is kind of the reason I like it, but it is also a downside to it, because it's just a bit too small. And yes, there's Helmisker, who's always like ranting about Talos and stuff, which some people like about him, some people don't like about him. Okay, so that's my top 5 cities in Skyrim. I'm having fun making this video, so please give it a thumbs up and comment what your top 5 cities are. These are my personal opinions. It's not necessarily the best opinions in the world, it's just my opinions. So please rate, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to do any other lists, probably involving games, preferably Skyrim. So yeah, peace.